Welcome to day 270 of our BU 365-day challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Today we're focusing on the area of communication this month for our annual challenge, our BU 365-day challenge, to do one thing every day that improves us. In order to do that, we are going to talk about communication clarity today. I'm going to share 6 or 7 ways to get more clear in our communication, and our action item today is going to be to share one way that you apply or attempt to be more clear in your communication. You can pick one of the ways I share or your favorite way, and then if you're brave, share in the comments below what you did and how it worked out for you. Don't think that every time we try something new or do something new or take a new action, it's going to work out for us. That is an unrealistic expectation. But every time we attempt to do something, we learned yesterday, it stretches our comfort zone. Taking action is the quickest, easiest way to get over our fear and to gain courage and to expand our comfort zone. So today, clarity is our card, and it says, I'm going to grab my magnifying glass so I can read it. See people and things clearly as they really are. This is a great definition. Now, it's interesting because we all perceive things and see things based on our past experiences, our thoughts, our feelings, the filters that we have in our mind. So what someone is showing us may or may not seem like reality to us, but we want to try to clear away some of that fog. Our idiom for supersize your business today was clear the air, because we want to clear the air. I like the smell of that. And now it's raining on me. We like to clear the air and have a better understanding in all of our communication. So let's look at some ways that we can be more clear in our communication. Let me grab my magnifying glass again so I can see what it is that we're looking at today. I found a list on the internet and I added a few of my own things as well, things based on my experience that have helped me to be more clear and focused in my communication. So clarity is actually one of the 6 C qualities of effective communication. Being more clear, being more specific, being more intentional in our communication will make it more clear. Writing easy to read and easy to understand messages is an example of that. We keep the intellectual, emotional, and perception levels of the audience, the person that we're speaking to, the receiver of our message, in mind as we're crafting or creating a message, right? Whether it's a phone call and a conversation or a written message or a text or something. So we want to get through to and make sure that the receiver understands, not necessarily impress them. And a lot of these things that I'm going to share are things that we do to impress other people in our communication to make us look smarter, but they actually just increase the level of potential confusion. So for example, we want to select appropriate words. A lot of people like to look smarter by using big words or words that a lot of people don't understand the meaning of, but that's the exact opposite of what we want to do. We want to use clear and specific language versus vague and iffy language, or language that people don't understand the actual meaning of. It's one of the reasons I share idioms every day. People don't always understand the meaning of idioms and words and things that they use, and so by explaining what they mean, where they came from, it adds clarity to that particular phrase so people know how to use it properly and how it applies to our growing and building and supersizing our businesses. So we want to select appropriate words, meaning appropriate for the situation, appropriate for the receiver, appropriate for getting the understanding and the message across. Number 2, we want to place words in an orderly sequence. A lot of times people like to sound smarter or more knowledgeable by mixing up the way they phrase things. However, we want to phrase it in the most clear, simple, and concise way, and in the proper order, or it adds more confusion and less clarity to the communication. 3, limit use of the word it and there, T-H-E-R-E, because they add confusion. They're not specific terms. It is, and then make a convoluted sentence that can be said more directly. If you can say it in a more direct way, say it in the more direct way. Be clear, be concise, be specific. Number 4, position phrases correctly. This is another one where people like to change things up to sound different or again, smarter, more knowledgeable, but it usually makes us look silly when we put things in the wrong order, when we put the phrases in the wrong order. Same thing with clauses. things that are linked to another thing, if we put them in the wrong order, it makes less sense than if we're clear and specific and short and sweet into the message. Again, the next one is keep sentences short. Keep, even when we're talking, how many of us talk, me especially, I notice I do this, in run-on sentences. We would never write the way we speak. We go on and on and on and on. And we don't necessarily consider, if this was a written message, how it would sound. So we want to keep our messages short, sweet, clear, concise, and to the point. Now, our challenge today is to as we go about our day, share one way that you'll use to be more clear in your communication. Mine is, I'm going to ask more questions and make sure I understand the person and the receiver, and think about the intent and the message I'm trying to get across from their point of view and their perspective, because that will always add clarity. So be clear, focused in your communication. If I can help you in any way, if you want to talk about this more, if you have any questions about it, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day.